Okay, hi everybody. Today we're going to draw the bald eagle. The bald eagle is a large bird of prey with a white head and tail. They're not actually bald, of course, but they're called that because of their white head. It kind of looks bald. The bald eagle was chosen on June 20th, 1782 as the emblem of the United States of America. The bald eagle represents freedom. They feed on a variety of mammals, birds, and reptiles, but they mainly prefer fish. Sometimes the bald eagle will take prey from other birds, such as osprey, hawks, and other eagles. Bald eagles breed in Alaska and Canada and some of the United States, nesting in trees by large bodies of water. So, 2 months ago,
Last summer.
Last summer, we went to Washington State, and we were walking in a bird park, and we went all the way out to a dock with a big telescope that it had hooked to the wall, and we saw two little white dots out there. So we decided, or two little dark dots out there. So I looked through the telescope, and it saw way out there, and there were two bald eagles sitting on a branch, probably a male and a female. And actually, they were the only male and female in the entire park. So cool. It was pretty cool. And also, we were driving along a cliffside, and we were by a lake on a road, and a bald eagle flew right over our car. It was cool. Really amazing. So some fun facts you maybe didn't know about the bald eagle are, for one, bald eagles mate for life. They're usually counted as pairs. They share responsibilities, caring for their nests and their young. Females are actually larger than males, probably because of their nesting duties. They have incredible eyes with a wider and sharper view than humans. They can even see ultraviolet light. They also have two pairs of eyelids. So here's a really fun fact that even I didn't know, and I just read about it today. They can float and swim. They have hollow bones that allow them to float so they can swim back to shore with their prey. Their talons won't unlock off the fish after they grab it until they reach the shore. Sometimes if the fish is too big and heavy, it will cause the bird to drown. So this is really crazy. They live as long as 38 years. They can live to be 38 years old. So their sound is not what you would expect. Like sometimes in movies, it's like a loud screech, but this is their most common sound. Just a couple little shrill chirps. So these eagles are so beautiful and majestic, and I'm so thankful the Lord gives us such beautiful creatures to admire so we can see his creativity and power. Psalm 104, 24 through 25 says, "How many are your works, Lord? In wisdom you made them all. The earth is full of your creatures. There is sea, vast and spacious, teeming with creatures beyond number, living things, both large and small." And John 1:3 says, "Through him all things were made. Without him nothing was made that has been made." So let's get started. I'm going to do it up here today. So we're going to start with our drawing pencil, and we're going to start with his head like always. So we're just going to start with just a little zigzaggy curve over the top for his head. And it's going to get real zigzaggy as it comes around the back of his head. So I'll be trying to hold it up every time I do a step so y'all can see it better. Okay, so now we're going to bring that down a little more in the front. So their beak is like a goldish yellow color. So we're just going to do a line that comes down and curve like that. Okay, and now we're going to bring it up a little bit like that, and it's going to be real pointed. Okay, now we're going to bring this out like that.
You good? You need anything?
I don't think so. Okay, so now we're going to bring a line that starts here, but it doesn't connect. It doesn't start like right where we ended, but a little like right next to it. It's going to come this way, and then it's going to do a bump down and then up, and then go into that point line. So it's just like a little down, then back up, then down. I'll hold it here for a second so y'all can copy that. Okay, so now we're also going to bring this line, we're going to curve it around, and we're going to bring it down into the beak. Okay, now we're going to bring a line from the beak down to the same spot as this is, just a little curved line.
Hey, look, there's road trucks.
These are cool. Okay, so we're going to bring this line out like this on both sides. This side's going to be a little bit shorter than this side. Now we're going to curve the left side down, and we're going to kind of bring it in as we go down. We're going to stop right there. Okay, now we're going to bring this line down just like we did, and we're going to stop at the exact same point. Make that a little bit more curved. Okay, so there we go. Now we're going to do the branch, or part of the branch, so we can move on down here. We're just going to start like right here and just bring a line that goes out like that. Okay, now we're going to do the same thing for the other side, like that. Now we're going to do his feet. We're just going to do three little curves. Actually, four little curves that go down like that. And we're going to do the same thing for the other side. And then we're going to connect the top of each one with just a big curve that goes over all of them. And then at the bottom, we're just going to connect each one with little curves. And then we're going to finish the branch.
This is it. Good.
Hey, Vera,
Yep,
can you pause for a second?
sure.
Thank you.
Oh, that's okay. It's okay if it goes off the page.
Okay, now we're
Just say
going
that.
to do zigzag lines on each side. And then
Hopefully it'll go there.
connect them with a big line that goes through all of them. So mine might go off the page a little bit because I did it kind of big. I'm going to continue those lines down like that. And then I'm just going to go down to the bottom like that. So with the tail,
Show the other picture.
so with the tail, you can see when you bring the two lines down, just connect them with two little curves at the bottom and then a line up the middle, and you're good with the tail. I'm going to do just a little zigzaggy kind of wavy line to connect the top like that. And then I'm going to do that middle line. So it's okay if y'all mess up because I've messed up lots of times. And you can always, we're going to post this on YouTube on my drawing site, and you can just go back and watch it again if you need to. So now we're going to do his eye. We're just going to do a curve like that, and then it kind of curves up like that.
Her. Yeah.
Okay, and now we're going to kind of do kind of a circle that's up inside there like that. Evelyn, I saw your message. It's okay if you have to leave class a little bit early. You can always go back and watch this again when it's done. Okay, so now we're going to connect or just do a zigzag line that goes all the way across to divide the head feathers. Can y'all see my dog in the chair in the background? Okay, now we're going to do the wings. We're just going to do, this one's pretty simple, this eagle. We're just going to do kind of a messy line that goes down on both sides. It's okay if it's squiggly because it's supposed to be, because it's supposed to look like feathers. And then you can just do some feather outlines on here. These are just guidelines for when we do the color. Like that. Okay, now we're going to do some feathers up in here. We're just going to do some of these, like almost like little scales. like that. Then we're going to do 2 sets of bigger ones, like that. And then, so now we're going to just do 2 bumps on each side with a line up the middle. And then all in those little things, we're just going to do a bunch of lines that are all right next to each other. And then we're going to do a few lines that go way down like that. And we're done with the wing patterns. So now we're just going to do a little bit of shading, or just like zigzag lines up in here on the head, just to add a little 3-dimension. And this is just with our drawing pencil. And I'm also going to do some down here. And then if you want to, you can kind of go back with your finger and just kind of rub it in. And it'll kind of smooth it out a little bit, make it look like shadows. You just go back with your finger. But it may make your fingers have lead on them. Okay, so we're going to do the eye now. So we're just going to get I'm just using a yellow washable marker. Any yellow marker or a colored pencil will work. So we're just going to color in the whole eye with that yellow. And now we're going to go back with a black marker or black colored pencil and do the middle. So the middle is just a little circle inside like that.
How cute. The cute bald eagle.
Okay. So for the beak, we're just going to do a little oval shape with our drawing pencil for the nostril. And we're done with the actual outline. We're going to go color it now. So we're going to start with the beak, and I'm going to get like a golden yellow. It's like that color. And I'm just going to go in there.
Aaron,
Yes?
we don't have any yellows that work. Our pencil sharpener doesn't work because there's a crayon stuck in it. And we have none that work. Darren, we don't have any black.
You could use a orange. An orange would work too.
Oh.
Giovanni, that's a good color.
We don't have any orange to see for, but we do. We do have some yellows that do work. Some yellows.
Okay.
It's just yellow, not gold. No.
Okay, now we're going to get that same yellow or orange, whichever one you're using, and do the feet. It's going to be the same color as the beak. So if y'all don't have yellow, you can just use orange. Okay. So for the branch, we're just going to get, it's kind of like a reddish brown. And we're just going to color in the whole thing. I'm just going to color the whole branch with that reddish brown.
Aaron, just stop. Never mind.
What happened?
Everybody was frozen, and then it like was like,
Oh, it
Oh.
came back.
yeah,
That's
the
funny.
internet is probably working.
Okay, now we're going to get a darker brown and go in there and do a shadow. Like that. Okay, so now we're going to do the belly. So it's kind of tricky, but I'll go slow. So we're going to get our dark brown again, the one that we just used. And we're going to go in and do those zigzag lines. But we're going to do a little bit more than we did with the pencil. And these are going to be pretty dark. The bald eagle is a very dark bird, but it's not black. It's just like a very dark brown all over. Like that. Then we're going to get one that's a little bit lighter. Hold on a second. So with pastels, sharpening, you just kind of have to peel off some of the paper around it. Okay. Now I'm going to go in here and do some of that, more zigzags.
Baron,
Yeah?
we don't have any reds that work. They're all broken.
Any
Well,
what?
we do have this red and Baron. We aren't. Can I just turn my stick red? Cause since it's using.
No, I'm not using it anymore.
You can use any brown for the branch. It doesn't matter.
We ran out of red.
You don't need red. You can just use brown.
Give me back the brown one.
I didn't use red. I just used one color. It's kind of a brownish red, but if you don't have that, you can just use light
Yeah.
brown and then dark brown. That's perfect. So we're just going to go in there with those zigzags, and it kind of looks messy now. And we're just going to keep going back over with those two colors until it's all.
What do they eat?
What?
Do they eat?
They eat like mice and
And that's a good bird we should have around.
mice and lizards and snakes, but they like fish. That's their favorite.
We have lots of snakes. Well, not lots of them. Dad found one in the house.
Oh wow.
We killed it.
We killed it, but we were trying to get it outside now, but now it went out. It went to go find its food now.
Hey, Baron.
It eats all. It eats all rats.
It's all that.
Rats.
Right.
Is it done?
So just keep going back, like I said, with those two colors. And filling in all the white.
Wings now. Do you just use the light brown or the brown that you use after the dark brown to do the whole thing?
Well, we're just going back over with both of the light brown and dark brown just to make a little pattern.
Looks like he has armor on.
Yeah. Feather armor. My mom was just saying it kind of looks like he has armor on his wings. Okay, so it shouldn't be like, there should be little patches of white here and there. And I'm going to go back with white and just do some of those zigzags, just very, very lightly. They're going to be kind of hard to see.
Baron,
Yeah,
we don't have any white.
it's okay.
It's okay.
You don't have to use white. You can use like gray if you have it, or you could just leave it how it is.
The shoulder.
I'll just leave it how it is.
Okay, and now for his wings, they're going to be mostly the dark brown. So I'm going to go with the dark brown and just kind of cover both of the wings. And it's going to look very dark, but we're going to go back with a lighter color at the end. Or if y'all don't have white or gray, you can just leave little white feather lines.
We don't have even dark brown. We have light brown.
It's okay.
What color are you using for the wing again?
Just the dark brown.
Who's your dark brown one? Was it out?
Yeah, that's right.
Do you need more? Oh, good.
Okay, so now we're going to go back with a lighter color if you haven't just left space, and we're just going to do those. I'm just going back with white, and we're just going to do those feather lines again.
Can it be a lighter brown?
Yeah, it can be a lighter brown or a gray. Either of those will work. Okay, now we're also just going to shade, and it's going to make it look a little bit gray down here on the tail, just for a little shadow. Like that.
What color is that?
It's just, I'm using the white that has a little bit of gray on it, or you can use gray or light brown. Okay, so don't forget to sign your name. And we are done.